Hello everyone, welcome to another IELTS video with me, Emma. Thank you for watching in advance. So let me move myself here very quickly. Okay, so today I wanted to address what to do when you're faced with a question and you're struggling to generate ideas. So you've got the question, you read it and you feel a little bit stuck and you're not sure what to discuss. So what to do? Here's how we combat that problem. I've used this question today just for contextual purposes to kind of give it more of a focus in terms of how we deal with this. So as you can see, and pause the video anytime that you want to focus on something, take notes, whatever may help. So we have this question here, and these are the things that I recommend that you do if you are faced with this problem. So what's really important is that you understand the main topic, but know what the question is asking of you. So you want to avoid being too general. So that's something that's pertinent to all questions and all kind of essay tactics. And in this case, in order to have a really focused response and have a strong response, then you need to avoid being too general. Stay relevant. So discussing, for example, with this question, the dangers of the internet wouldn't be relevant here, but just discussing why the internet can damage your memory. So it's about understanding the topic, but not sticking to the topic and following the kind of direction of the question and answering the more specific points within that. Something that I really recommend that you do, which I've applied today here, is to put yourself in that position. So how can you personally relate to the question? So you can think to yourself, okay, what do I typically do in this scenario? What would I do? Or what do I know others have done? And, you know, would I do the same? Do I agree with that? So putting yourself in that position and make it a realistic example for you, I think is really important and just helps to produce a really relevant response. So what I've done here, and I'm going to call these layers, is something that you can apply as well. So layer one, as I've said before, is the topic. So the topic here is the internet. You then have your second layer, which is typically the cause. So here we have the constant availability of information. And layer three, which is arguably the most important part because that's what they're kind of leading you to talk about, is the problem or outcome. So the problem here is that the constant availability of information worsens people's memory and critical thinking skills. So that's what they really want you to talk about. So when you have the question, you think a little, and you feel a little bit stuck, about ideas and you're not sure what to say, do the layers. So what's the main topic, what's the cause, and what's the problem? And then once you have that structure, you know that the ideas that you produce are going to be concise to the question. So as you can see here, I've written down some reasons, and again, pause as you need to. So I thought about how the memory is worsened because of our attention span on the internet isn't typically great because we float between different tasks. The constant availability of information means that there's an addictive quality to the internet and the tasks that we do, which cause us to be neglectful. There's a lot of information, which means that we can be a little bit passive about what we read. Information is very easily shared between people, so it's not always autonomous. So these are things that I just associated with my own kind of behavior around the internet that I could then use towards a question and be clear and relevant. And after you personally thought of your reasons, you can then ask yourself, to what extent do I agree? So at first this will be instinctive and you will know whether you agree or disagree, but the reasons that you then think of will help to clarify how much you agree or disagree. So to summarize, what I advise that you do if you feel a little bit stuck with the ideas and you're not sure what you can exactly use to really fulfill answering the question, apply the layer tactic so that you are not writing too generally and that you think of relevant, interesting reasons that are pertinent to the question. And in particular, focus on layer three in order to achieve that. And take it personally. So how does this affect you? Do you know anyone it has affected? In other words, kind of contextualize it into your life if you are struggling to think of ideas. And of course, this is, part of the planning stage. So always plan, give yourself 10 minutes, and that will really help you secure a high grade so that you know the direction that you're writing in with your ideas and your structure. I hope that helped. Thank you for watching. See you soon.